Hi everybody, Doug here. Let's say you're America's most perfectly average man or perfectly average woman and you want to get a credit card. You have decent credit history, but you're not getting good rewards. But you want just one, a solo credit card, all by itself. Today, that's what we're going to be looking at, the top 10 credit cards for the solo credit card user. Here's how we're going to decide on this. We've got some rules and assumptions. First of all, you only get one credit card, no mixing and matching. You're not willing to transfer points between cards. You're not willing to use transfer partners. So if you say, well, you can get 4 cents per point if you transfer to British Airways, that's not allowed. This is someone who's focused on cash and easy travel redemptions. And when I say easy travel redemptions, what I mean is if you have the Chase portal where you can not transfer it, but if you can use that to get a modifier of 1.25 or 1.5 on your points, something like that, where it's easy to get more value in your points with your one credit card, that's okay. And continuing on here, this is also a situation where all your spending goes on one card and you're not wanting to get rid of your card after a year. You want to keep it more than a year, so no churn and burn. And we're going to base spending on 6 categories from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I'll put those up on the screen now. There's going to be 6 different categories that this hypothetical person puts all of their spending on: dining, gas, groceries, travel, entertainment, and pharmacy. And you're going to spend all your money on those things. Now, obviously for you, maybe you spend more on one of these than the other. So even though it's a top 10 list, really, in a way, you could kind of cater to what you wanted it to be. I'm going to put a link down in the description box of the spreadsheet I use to do my calculations. Feel free to download that, pull it up, and adjust it to your own calculations. With that said, let's take a look at the top 10 credit cards for the person that only has one card. Here we go. Number 10 on our list, the Bank of America Cash Rewards MasterCard. This particular card has no annual fee, and it earns 3% cash back in a category of your choice. For example, gas, online shopping, dining, travel, and some others. Now, for the sake of our example, we're going to assume that you use that 3% in dining, since that's our biggest spend based on the average annual spending we saw at the beginning of the video for our hypothetical average American consumer. And then you get 2% on groceries as well, and wholesale clubs, but we're only factoring in groceries, and then 1% on everything else. This card also has a sign-up bonus. You get $200 in cash if you spend at least $1,000 in the first 90 days. And for the sake of this video, we're always going to assume that you meet that minimum spend to get the upfront cash bonus. So with the Cash Rewards MasterCard, based on our calculations, the average consumer would get $483 in cash back in their first year, and $283 in cash back in each subsequent year. That was the Bank of America Cash Rewards MasterCard. Number 9 on our list, the Citi Double Cash Card. You knew this one was going to be on the list, right? This is going to win the award for the simplest credit card because it gets 2% cash back on everything. 1% when you buy, and another 1% when you pay on time, to make a total of 2%. There is no annual fee. There's also no sign-up bonus. So with this particular card, it's going to earn $336 cash back in the first year and every year based on that perfectly average spending. So that's the Citi Double Cash Card. Number 8 on our list, the Bank of the West Cashback World MasterCard. This credit card gets 3% cash back on dining, gas, and grocery. Hey, that's 3 of our biggest categories right there. It gets 1% cash back on everything else and has a $0 annual fee. So no annual fee. Unfortunately, there's also no sign-up bonus. Now, this credit card actually has the highest amount per year if you're not looking at the first year, because there's no sign-up bonus, of all the cards we've considered. So one could make the argument that if you're going to have a credit card for a really long time and you're only willing to open like one card a decade, that this is the one to open. This gets you $370 per year in the first year and every year in terms of cash back. That was the Bank of the West Cashback World MasterCard. Number 7, the PNC Cash Rewards Visa. This card, I don't know what it looks like because they don't have a picture of it, but it gets 4% cash back on gas stations, 3% cash back on dining, 2% cash back on grocery stores, and 1% cash back on all other purchases. So whoa, right there it hits 3 of our major categories. It has no annual fee. And if we scroll up a little bit, first of all, we see these ladies who are super excited about paying for their food with their PNC Cash Rewards Visa. But just a little lower, we see that it has a $100 sign-up bonus. Not much of a bonus, but hey, it's better than nothing if you spend $1,000 or more in your first 3 months. So the way the math breaks out for this one, with the PNC Cash Rewards Visa, you would get $446 in your first year and a very respectable $346 cash back in each subsequent year. So that was the PNC Cash Rewards Visa. Number 6, the US Bank Flex Perks Gold Amex card. Now, this is our first card on the list that does have an annual fee. It has an $85 annual fee, but note I do take that into consideration when giving you the figures. I will give you the net benefits after the annual fee. So this particular card has 3 points or 3% equivalent at restaurants, 2 points on airlines and gas stations. So I'll assume airlines is your travel, and 1 point or 1% on everything else. And then you'll notice up here at the top, it says earn 30,000 bonus flex points worth $450 on airfare, hotel, etc. So what it's trying to say is it has a sign-up bonus. If you spend $2,000 in the first 4 months, they will give you 30,000 bonus points, which is worth $300 if taken as cash, $450 if you use their own US Bank travel portal for airline, hotel stays, car rental, etc. So how does the math work out with this one? Well, you'll be glad to know that if taken as cash in your first year, you would get $419 cash back and $204 in each subsequent year after the annual fee, which isn't great, but it's okay. This one really shines, though, if you're using it for travel. You would get $713 in cash equivalent travel benefits in your first year and $348 in each subsequent year. I don't hear a lot about this one, so if you have this credit card, please leave a comment down below. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? What are the perks? That was number 6, the US Bank Flex Perks Gold. Number 5, the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This particular card has a $95 annual fee, and in terms of categories, it earns 2% back on travel and dining and 1% on all other purchases. There is a 60,000 bonus point sign-up bonus. You have to spend a minimum of $4,000 in the first 3 months. That would be the equivalent of $600 if taken as cash, $750 if redeemed for travel. This has a really important benefit for car rentals. This particular card gives primary car rental insurance, which means if you rent a car with this card, it covers the whole thing. Whereas most other cards, it's secondary. You still have to file a claim with your own insurance, and it covers the deductible. So to me, that's a big deal, and that might justify getting a card that has smaller category bonuses. But if you do the math for the Chase Sapphire Preferred and take it as cash, in the first year, you're getting $738 in cash back. The second year and beyond, you're getting $138. If you take those rewards as travel, you get a 1.25 modifier for things like rental cars and airplanes. And that would come out to a first year cashback equivalent of $946. In the second year and beyond, $196. That's the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Number 4, the Citi Premier card. This particular card has a $95 annual fee. And in terms of your categories, this gives 3 points back per dollar spent on travel. That includes gas stations, 2% back on restaurant and entertainment, and 1% back on all other purchases. Yes, it says 3x points, but a point is really just a percentage. In terms of a sign-up bonus, you can earn 60,000 bonus points after $4,000 of spend in the first 3 months. Hey, that sounds familiar. And you can take it in the exact same way as the Sapphire Preferred. If you take it as cash, that's worth $600. If you take it as travel, that would be worth a 1.25 modifier, which would be the equivalent of $750 in cash. I know. There's some people that are going to say, but Doug, don't you know that they gutted all of their ancillary benefits like lost baggage and rental car insurance? Yes, I'm aware of that. And that's something that someone would need to take into consideration. But maybe this solo credit card user is someone that travels once per year and goes to grandma's house and never rents a car, so they don't care about those kind of things. I just want to throw it out there as an option because when you do the math, it's pretty impressive. To be specific, if you take your rewards as cash, in the first year, you're going to get $842 cash back, and in each subsequent year, $242. If you take it as travel, this is going to be the largest bonus you'll see in this video. In your first year, you're going to get a whopping $1,076 cash back equivalent in travel rewards, and in the second year and beyond, $326. That's the Citi Premier card. Before we get to our top 3 cards, I'd like to take just a moment to mention that if you're considering applying for any of these cards, please use the links in the description box to do so. Some of these are refer a friend links, and that'll help me out. Please see the disclosure in the description box. Also, if you've not yet subscribed, please do so by clicking the subscribe button. And if you have, I thank you for doing so. Please click thumbs up to help trigger that YouTube algorithm. Number 3 on the list is the Wells Fargo Propel American Express card. This particular card has no annual fee, and it gives 3 times the points, which is the equivalent of 3% cash back, on 4 different broad categories: eat and drink, which is dining; ride and drive, which is gas stations and other types of ride share and transit things; fly and stay, which is your travel category; and then watch and listen, which is popular streaming services like Hulu or Netflix, those kind of things. There's also a cell phone protection benefit, which is an ancillary benefit to protect your cell phone if you pay for the bill with this card. Did I mention there's no annual fee? That's pretty good for a no annual fee card. As for the sign-up bonus, it has a 30,000 point sign-up bonus. You have to spend $3,000 in 3 months, and that translates to $300 for the bonus. In the first year, the Wells Fargo Propel will give you $640 cash back and $340 cash back in each subsequent year based on the spending of the perfectly average American. That's the Wells Fargo Propel. Number 2, the American Express Blue Cash Preferred. This card has a $95 annual fee, and you'll see on the screen here that it gives 6% cash back on supermarkets, up to $6,000 per year in transactions, 6% on streaming services, 3% on gas, and 1% on all other purchases. Based on how that works out for our perfectly average American consumer, in the first year, this person is taking home $590 in cash back. In the second year and beyond, $340 in cash back. Now, I also want to take a brief mention of the little brother card, the American Express Blue Cash Everyday card. You can see on the screen there, the categories aren't quite as lucrative, but the difference is this one does not have an annual fee. So the first one, I call it the BCP, Blue Cash Preferred, has an annual fee, higher category bonuses. The little brother, the Blue Cash Everyday, or BCE, has lower category bonuses, but no annual fee. The reason I like this one so much, well, aside from the numbers themselves, is because you can actually start with the Blue Cash Preferred and then downgrade to the Blue Cash Everyday after the first year if you don't want to pay the annual fee. Now, math-wise, for that average consumer, it would make sense to stick with the Blue Cash Preferred and pay the annual fee because it's a higher number. Let me give you the numbers for little brother here, BCE. That would be only $429 in the first year and $279 in each subsequent year. But you can flex back and forth based on your spending. In my family, I have the BCP, the Blue Cash Preferred. We spend a lot on groceries, more than this typical American consumer, probably because I have a family. So for us, it's totally worth paying the $95 annual fee. And the number one card, did you wonder why I was wearing an orange shirt? It's because it's the Capital One Saver card. That's right, the Capital One Saver. And we're also going to take a look at its little brother, the no annual fee version, the Saver One Rewards. So the card on the left, the Saver, has a $95 annual fee. However, it's waived in the first year. You'll see right here, $0 for first year, $95 after that. In terms of the cash back, take a look down here where it says rewards. 4% cash back on dining and entertainment, 2% on grocery stores, and 1% on all other purchases. So we're hitting 3 of our big spend categories. Oh, I didn't mention the bonus. How do you get the bonus? Down here it'll tell you. You earn a one-time $300 cash bonus for spending $3,000 in the first 3 months. So taking both of those things into consideration, the card itself, all the cash back you're earning, and the bonus in the first year, $714. And remember, no annual fee in the first year. If you stick with the Saver in subsequent years, the average American would have $319 per year in rewards. Let's mention the Saver One Rewards. You can downgrade from the Saver to the Saver One. And that's a large part of the reason why I put it in the number one spot. The Saver One is the no annual fee equivalent. And you can see there on the screen on the right-hand column, it talks about the rewards. They're not quite as good, but it's only a 1% haircut going from 4% to 3% on dining and entertainment. Everything else stays exactly the same. But there is no annual fee. You got a big 0 down here. So with this card, the Saver One, the first year is not as good, but for the second year and beyond, you can switch to it and get $347 per year in cash back. I like this combination, starting with the Saver after the first year, downgrading to the Saver One, because it offers you a ton of flexibility. Do you think there's a card that I left off this list? Do you think I messed something up? Get to work, keyboard warriors, and put comments down below in the comment section. And remember to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.